What's going on, guys? TBF Gaming, welcome back to a brand new video. Today we're going to jump into a mod spotlight for one of my favorite mods, Ark Parados. This is a really cool dino overhaul mod which adds so much into the actual game, and we just finished a playthrough with this. Really enjoyed it. Definitely go back and check out that playlist. If you guys enjoyed today's video, hit that like button, subscribe if you need to leave a comment down below. I'll leave the information for the Ark Parados in the description down below, both to their webpage and the Steam page. Definitely go check it out. Let's jump into this mod. Alright guys, so this mod adds so much into the game. There's no way I can go into a full-on description of everything or explain everything to you, but I want to give you a quick idea of some of the tiers, some of the items available within this mod, and just kind of overall my thoughts and opinions on the mod. So definitely really excited to kind of show you guys some of this stuff. So first off, Parados means magic. It's highly influenced by a bunch of magic stuff. So a lot of these dinosaurs have cool magic particle effects or special abilities that they've added to these dinos, and it's all based on kind of a tier system. They've got some different extra attacks. There are bosses. There's tons of different items and potions and all kinds of cool stuff within the mod. So let's go ahead and jump right into the tiers because that's what you guys want to see, right? The actual dinos from in the game. Let's talk about them. All right, guys. First one is the Neolithic dinos. These ones are really cool. They're basically just slightly above vanilla. They all have saddles that can be crafted on your inventory, so you don't need any special drops to craft any of the saddles, whereas all the different dinosaurs from here on out require a specific drop that you get from killing these different dinos. You get a special drop, whether it's a Parados soul, a fire soul, frozen soul, whatever it is, you get a special drop and you use that to craft saddles for the later tiers. These guys don't require that, and like I said, they're going to be slightly above your vanilla variants. They do drain hunger when they attack other things, so that's really cool about these, but you can see the models on them. Now, I don't have every dino spawned in throughout these different tiers, and I don't know if I'm going to go exactly the right order through the tiers. I'm just going to give you an idea of what each one of the tiers are, and hopefully kind of give you an idea of what the direction that you have to go in terms of taming these guys out. Alright guys, according to the webpage, this is the second tier of dinos within Parados. All these dinosaurs remove food from an enemy's inventory, and it will also deal torpor. Legendary dinos don't have any special attacks, but they have good speed stats and a lot of carry weight. Although I will mention that the Phiomia can fly, so this one does have a flying Phiomia in it, so that's already a win for this tier. But this is a really fun tier to kind of get, and it is definitely available early on. They're not real hard to tame. Alright, so that last tier that we showed you, the legendary, their saddles do require Parados souls usually to craft them. You can get those from eating these Parados guys right here to my right. Now, these ones on the right are the Parados tier. These ones are really cool because a lot of these have special abilities, whether it's extra carry weight, specific harvesting, or like the Anki over here within this one. It does act as a mobile forge, so you can see inside of here you can actually smelt the metal into metal ingots. So really cool on that one. And a lot of these other dinos have the same kind of like different abilities within them as well. This one right here, the actual Parados Pteranodon, can evolve into a Ruthless, which is really cool, and we'll talk more about some evolutions within the dinosaurs here in just a little bit. Alright, so the next tier that I jumped into, I don't know if it's the right in terms of progression, but is the Noctus. These guys are really cool because these start getting into your a little bit higher damage. These ones do bleeding damage when they attack, so they can take things out pretty quickly, and it does also slow them down, so once you start attacking, the different dinos can't run away or anything like that. But you can see the models on these, really cool, red and black, and you can see some of them, like the Saber here, has this really cool effect coming off of it. Alright guys, as we move into some more of the mid-range tiers here, this is the Frozen and the Flaming tier. I just put these ones together because obviously they're very closely related in terms of what they do. The fire-looking ones do fire damage. The frozen ones do a type of ice damage, so between the two of them, they're really cool. Their saddles require either a flaming soul or frozen soul to make, so in order to make those saddles, you have to go around killing that type of dinosaur, so keep that in mind. A little bit harder to tame because obviously they're going to be in a little bit more difficult regions, but these guys have some amazing models on them. If you get real close to a lot of them, you can see that they have different particle effects, whether it's the fire from the owl or this little particle effect coming off the frozen owl. Alright, next couple, I'm not real sure where they fit in on the actual progression, but you have your Mecha ones over here. These ones are cool because they have much higher stats, and they actually gather, I believe it's crystal and stone when they eat certain dinosaurs. And if you eat these guys out in the wild, you do get electronics from them as well. So really cool, kind of like some of their counterparts within other mods, but you can see the models on these guys look really good. Alright, so this is definitely one of the better tier of dinos here. This is the Wicked dinos. I really enjoy these ones because this is your torpor ones. This is your knockout guys. These are the ones you don't really want to pump the melee too much because you don't want them to do too much damage, because you want them to focus on knocking things out. And they do torpor. If you pump up too much of that damage, they're going to eat things before they get a chance. These ones are really cool because, like I said, they can go around and help you knock out all the things around the map, and they just have a really cool effects coming off of a lot of them, and they do the torpor obviously, so definitely really cool. This is definitely one of the coolest ones. Plus the Wyvern is one of the strongest dinos in the mod. Because you just see some of the cool effects coming off these guys. Really well done tier here of dino. Alright, the next tier kind of goes hand in hand with the Guardians, but we'll talk about this one first. This is the Kronos dinos. These ones do take a special kibble in order to tame them, which is called a Kronos kibble. And that Kronos kibble is made at the Parados smithy. But these guys are really cool. They are actually immune to the electric attacks, so they can fight against the Guardians a little bit better, which I'll show you here in just a second. But if you get real close, you can kind of see the effects coming off of these guys. They look absolutely amazing. Really cool. Got the giant glowing eyes and just really well done models. Plus, you know, I love the blue colors. Alright, this next tier is probably my favorite of all the tiers. This is the Guardian dinos. These ones do electric damage, so these are the ones that the Kronos dinos are actually immune to, but these ones do a really good job of doing that electric damage, which does torpor. And these wolves right here, probably my favorite ones of this whole mod, they actually fly, which is really cool. So you can actually fly around, deal quite a bit of damage, and do torpor with these guys. So they are one of my favorite mid to late game tames. Definitely a lot of fun to mess with those guys. Alright guys, these next few I'm not going to talk about a lot. These are either your special or patron tier dinos. A lot of these ones have really cool abilities or effects. Different ones like this one you see is the Froggyman the Destroyer. So a lot of them are named after either content creators or patrons of the mod or other developers from other mods. So you see a lot of really cool dinos within all this. You can check those guys out. Some more over here. You got the King Daddy DMAC one back there. So just all kinds of cool dinos within these ones. And like I said, these are all either special or patron tier dinos. Really, really cool. Harry the Hopper right there. The Wyvern is actually cool because it does evolve. It should have a Shadow Wyvern evolution thing on it. You put 2 of these hearts on here, which you can craft at the Parados smithy. And then you can actually evolve it. I think I put some on this guy, but I don't know if we can do it. Let's see. You do Control and X. Here we go. Control X. And this kind of shows you the evolution, which we're going to show you more of the evolution stuff in just a second. There you go. And now we have a Parados Sunset Wyvern. This one is pretty strong. Plus, it just has a really cool model. You can kind of see what it looks like. Really, really cool. All right, the next tier is the Abandoned tier. This one's really cool because you can actually evolve these guys into what's called Ruthless Dinos, which I'll show you those guys in just a second. The Abandoned Dinos, you can level them up, and then you can evolve them, and they actually do keep that overall level. So they're a lot of fun because you can, if you have a server that allows 150 extra levels on top of the dino. If a perfect tame is 450, you could get that guy up close to level 600, and then you can evolve him and then do another 150 levels on top of that. So you can see how much powerful you could probably get using these dinos if you level them up all the way. All right, so we wanted to kind of show you how this works. I put saddles on all these guys so we can show you what the evolutions look like. It is really cool because you pretty much just get on top of them and then you hit the button that it tells you to hit, which if you look inside of here, you can see it. You have to have one of these Ruthless tokens, which again is made at the Parados smithy, and then you hit Control X like this, and it is going to evolve. You do have to grab the saddle real quick if you want to keep the saddle, though it won't work on the next variant. But you get this really cool effect that goes everywhere, and then bam, you got this super amazing new dino, and this is your Ruthless Wyvern, and they can get really, really powerful. So every single one of these guys will have a similar evolution to this. Let me show you real quick. There you go. We evolved just a couple of them to kind of give you an idea. Really cool effect when it evolves and then become quite a bit stronger. So definitely level them up before you evolve them, but just a really cool dino. That gives you all of the tiered dinos down there. Now we're going to move into the more boss tier. These are the Promeus dinos. These ones are absolutely monsters. If you run into these early game, you're going to get eaten like immediately. And then when you get them later on, you're going to see how much damage they can do. They're a lot of fun. Obviously, these are your boss tier guys that you get from the vanilla turned into the Parados counterparts. So you have your electric guys over here. And the Dodo and the Dragon have some really cool special attacks. Definitely try them out. They can pretty much wipe the map. And then the Gorilla for us was really, really strong. We had a lot of fun with that one. The Poison guys, I haven't got a chance to tame within game yet. But obviously they're going to do more torpor, but they do so much damage that torpor is not going to be super effective. But they are a lot of fun to play with. And then last but not least, you have the Fire guys. The only one that they have additional over here is the Manticore. The Fire Manticore only exists on the Fire side right now, so I don't know if they're going to get the Manticore for the other versions later. But you can see the Fire Manticore is really cool, and he's very, very strong. Each one of these guys, if you get them all the way maxed out, is an absolute beast. All right, one more thing we have to talk about within this mod. I'm sorry, two more things. One of these is a wandering boss that you'll find around the map. It is not tameable. I spawned some in and tamed them just to do this video. These are the Phantom Dinos. These ones are rough. They're very strong. They have a lot extra damage, and they have a huge damage resistance. So if you try to eat these guys, try to actually fight these guys out in wild, their damage resistance is huge, and they have a lot of health. You're talking 100 million health for each one of these guys, or at least a lot of these guys. So definitely watch out for them if you see them in the wild. Not much you can do against the Phantom tier dinos. Alright guys, last but not least, these are the boss top tier dinos within Parados. These are the ones that have been added in right now. They are working on more tiered bosses later on. But this is Udis and Michelle. Michelle, goddess of the jungle, and Udis, make sure I say the name right, god of mountain. Both very, very strong, both rideable. The way these work is you have to spawn in one to fight. Once you fight that dino, you get a drop that is the tameable version. You consume that, it'll pop out a tameable version, and then you have to knock that out and tame it using special food. The Michelle uses greens, and the Udis uses a... Alright guys, I'm not going to spend a lot of time on the items. You definitely want to jump in game to really experience these ones. There's a few different structures that Parados does have, and I know they're planning on adding more in the future. You have the Parados Vault, which is just a shrunk version of the ones you normally use. Has a lot of extra slots on it. You have the Parados meat spoiler, which does exactly what it says. You put meat inside there and it'll spoil it for you. You have the Parados Forge, which will help refine the resources. I think it's slightly faster than the vanilla one, but I don't remember for sure. And then they have this one right here is just a painting. There's Malinja herself, and then you have the industrial forge that's within the Parados one as well. The other two crafting structures that you need in order to get started on Parados is the Parados smithy and the Parados potion chest. The potion chest, exactly what it sounds like. There's a whole bunch of potions in here that do everything from, you have insta-grow elixir. In fact, I'm just going to go through these so you can see them real quick. A death helper, the tame elixir, so it drops all the food and raises health. It helps you tame them a lot faster. A gender elixir, so you can actually switch it. If you have two females, you can switch it to male and female. That way you can make little Parados dino babies. The dino mind wipe elixir. Inside of food, you have the fries, which are really good, help you increase your hunger, so you don't have to worry about eating all the time. You can put this in a dino's inventory to keep them going. The health, you have a healthy elixir, and you have epic heals. Those will help obviously heal faster. This one goes down in your hotbar, so you can use it constantly. The poison, you have the sedative elixir, which puts anything to sleep, refills torpor by 100%, so you can put that on a dino to keep them asleep. This one is the poison eraser, so if your dino gets hit with poison or torpor, you can use this to get rid of it. All right. The XP potions, these are the big ones. You have the big Parados XP elixir, and then this is the huge one, the frozen elixir. You can see that it gives out 100,000 XP, if I'm saying that right. It gives out a lot of XP. It's going to give you 200 and some odd levels, depending on how many points per level it is for your dinos to actually level up. So that one is amazing. It is a little expensive, but it's not too bad. Definitely worth getting. So that's your potion thing. The other one is the Parados smithy. This has all kinds of stuff in it, to include the armor. You got some really cool armors across here that are within the Parados. You have the tech versions, and then you have the famous YouTuber XB version. Really cool there. You've got some evolution stuff, the Ruthless token that you use for the abandoned to ruthless evolutions, and the Shadow Wyvern heart, which is the wyvern that we showed you a minute ago. You have the mini bosses, the saddles for those two that we just showed you down there. There's the tier 1, which is the Udis and Michelle, and like I said before, they are working on further tiers later. Malinja is, so definitely check those out as they continue to come out. For structures, you have the actual meat spoiler and the vault that you make inside of there. And then tame food, you have all of this stuff here, the Promeus brain, fresh banana, bacon, and kibble, and the greens. So these are all used to tame different things. Obviously, that's for the Kronos or the Promeus guys down below. That's for the Udis. Bacon is for a lot of different dinos. A lot of the legendaries, I think, required this. Maybe I'm saying that wrong. I know the special dinos definitely did. And then you have your Kronos kibble for the Kronos dinos, and then that one's used for the Michelle goddess down there. So really cool on that. And the last thing is weapons. There are some special arrows and bows within the Parados mod. Definitely worthwhile. The super hatchet and the super pick are amazing because they can gather all kinds of supplies. But yeah, hopefully we didn't go on too long for that. We want to kind of just show you some of the really cool stuff in this mod. It's such a well done mod. There's also all kinds of drops and stuff that I'm not going to be able to show you because they're from drops from the dinos. So you have to go out and kind of experience the mod for that stuff. But there you go, guys. Hopefully this video doesn't end up being too long. I'm going to try and edit it down as much as possible, and hopefully I don't ramble on too much. I just wanted to show you the Parados mod. It is pretty amazing. I'll do one other video on this, which will be just a quick walkthrough so you can kind of see more like a trailer of the actual mod. Alright guys, that's going to do it for today's video. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe if you're new, leave a comment down below, all those kind of things. I just want to say you guys are awesome and amazing. It is indeed a thing. I will see you in the next video.